If you're looking to get a California Apostille, there's a couple of things that you first have to understand. My name is Rufus. I'm the notary dude here in Los Angeles, California. I have offices both in Long Beach and also in Monterey Park. I do general notary work. What does that mean? It means I just do general notarizations. So insurance claim forms, affidavits, birth certificate request forms, power of attorney forms. I can get those notarized for you. Now, as far as the apostille goes, this is what you need to understand. Before your document can be apostilled, it's first going to have to be notarized. Now, you might say, well, why is that? When you get a document apostilled, all the Secretary of State is doing is they're confirming that that notarization is correct, that notary public is in fact commissioned for the state of California. They're going to look at their signature to make sure it matches up with what California Secretary of State has on file. And they're going to make sure your overall document is correct and it was notarized correctly. So you need to make sure if you're getting a California apostille, you have to make sure you have a document and that it's notarized and notarized correctly. So the second thing is, if you're like apostilling a birth certificate or a death certificate, a notary public cannot notarize those documents because those documents come directly from the state. So what they're going to do is they're going to look and make sure the officer or the person who signed that birth certificate or signed that death certificate is in fact employed by the state. Now, typically the way you do this is if you have a birth certificate per se, and it's issued by the county clerk. Here in LA County, it's going to be Dean Logan is the name. If Dean Logan signed your birth certificate in the bottom left-hand corner, you're good to go. That birth certificate can be apostille. Now, at the top of that birth certificate, it's going to say State of California. It's going to say County of San Bernardino or Los Angeles. If it says below there, Department of Public Health or Health Services Department or City of, there's a chance the officer who signed that birth or death certificate is not in the Secretary of State system. So you may need to go get that authenticated first from the county clerk before you can get the apostille completed. I apostille a lot of birth certificates, and most of the time it is issued by the county clerk and signed by the county clerk. However, there are times where it's not. It's a health department birth or death certificate, and there's a chance if you take it to the Secretary of State, they're going to reject it because they first have to have it authenticated. So California apostille, you have to have the document. You need apostille that you have to make sure that it is notarized by California Notary Public. If it's a birth certificate, death certificate, marriage certificate, something like that, a court order, you have to make sure that it is signed by the correct officer in order to get the apostille done. My name is Rufus, Notary Dude. My contact information is below. Look, the apostille process is simple, but it has to be done perfectly. If not, it's going to be rejected by the Secretary of State. So my number is below. Call me if you need a California apostille done. And I can at least look at your document. You can text it to me, and I can tell you if you're good to go or not. Or I can even handle the notarization. I can handle the apostille for you. I can get most California apostilles back within 2 business days. So call me if you have any questions. Number is below. Again, my name is Rufus.